Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that, I suppose we will move on to the other warm-up game, which is going on, which is between England and Wales, which is a curious prep that we've all.
Wales playing England twice and
England.
Ireland twice in advance of playing Fiji and Australia is strange.
Nuts. It's actually the silliest thing, because the other group in that, or the other team in that group, you have Georgia. It's good prep for
decent prep for Georgia.
But not even Uruguay. Not that they're worried about Uruguay, but none of those teams play the way these teams do.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Maybe it's just convenience and money.
The great clashes have a nickname. Like Le Crunch.
Yeah.
But of this one, for me, England-Wales is just injury fodder.
It is. This is such a dangerous game for both squads. It's just they're gonna knock lumps out of each other, aren't they? And they're gonna go into it thinking that maybe they won't be as mean and try not to, but
then they'll be singing their anthems.
Whistle will go, and then they're gonna lay into each other as they always do. The England and Wales for the last few years has always been a very, very physical, defensive, narrow, bruising encounter always. So I imagine this will be the same.
Yeah, there are seriously competitive Welsh jerseys up for grabs. Like, I was reading a Wales Online article that they had up about their selected squad, and I was just noticing the amount of players who were so good in 2018 for the Scarlets that were missing out on the squad. Patchell not in, Scott Williams not in, James Davis not in their selection, that is. But I'd love to see, and Steph Evans was the other one as well. He's fallen out of favour. Obviously, we know that the incumbents, the Grand Slam winning team, I think I'd be surprised if anything is going to shift dramatically from that. You could see Bigger getting the 10 jersey, maybe. But for the time,
I liked what they were doing. To be honest, Anscombe was good.
They were very, very physical. They were extremely disciplined. They defended magnificently for the whole tournament, and were ruthless when they had to be. And
executed very well. Josh Adams still highlighted the tournament.
But I would like to see those boys that I mentioned get a run out and get a chance to stake a claim at the jersey. I mean, there are some very tough fringe decisions to be made. Even Jake Ball could not make it in, and if you wanted to move Aaron Shingler from the back row to the second row, which apparently there's rumours in the mill
that's what he's going to do by way of Fiji-wigginess to try and bolster.
Shingler is a giant man.
He is. But he is also a back row. So it's going to be about Wales getting their physicality and their general versatility. I think versatility was the thing we coined about them from the Six Nations. Just they play many different styles. They are a very flexible team. They can go
occasionally for all of the structure and physicality that they have and defensive brilliance. They do occasionally whip out an old inklings of their roots from the 70s and can execute, and that's where the likes of Steph Evans comes into it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I wouldn't mind to see them maintain that true line, just a little bit of we can score off turnover ball, because we're still Wales.
Yes.
But I don't know what kind of team they'll pick, but I'd like to see them go a little more experimental. Maybe put Scott Williams and Owen Watkin together in the centre.
I wouldn't mind seeing that, because I think only one of them is probably going to go to the World Cup.
Another one, Sophie's choice, and put. I would, for this game in Twickenham, make it about the fringe players. And the fringe player. The thing about Wales is that they've such depth that they've played these players before, and they won't change dramatically how they play, and you'll find that the standard won't dip too much either.
Similar to what the Springboks did in the first round against the Wallabies. They can pick a B team and trust it, and it's disparaging to call it a B team. It's just an alternate team.
Patchell, Scott Williams, and Owen Watkin in that 3/4 line. I think that would be super interesting, with maybe Steph Evans and Jonah Holmes on the wings, and in maybe Halfpenny and fullback then.
Oh yes, Halfpenny's back in the mix.
Actually, you could put Gareth Anscombe at 10 and Patchell at fullback, or vice versa as well, if you still wanted to be cute with it, because they still have that option about them as well.
There's just a lot to be said for bringing Patchell.
I think so. That article from Wales Online had dropped Patchell, and he was one that I was thinking, hang on, he changes.
Anscombe's still a relatively recent experiment at 10, and if he goes wrong, and then you're trusting Bigger, Bigger is not infallible, as good as he is.
Temperamental man.
He's temperamental for sure. There's a bit more flexibility when you have those options. Like we were talking about during the Six Nations, we just don't know who their number 1 10 is. They have many of them, and they seem to be able to rotate them in and make the game not entirely about that. It's actually less. It would certainly be more of an issue for a team like Ireland, who play almost exclusively through 9 and 10. You need to know who your 10 is, whereas Wales are a bit more
bit more free flowing than that. And yeah, versatile is still the word that springs to mind with this
games to different places, score tries sometimes. But one of the things that they did in the Six Nations is just take 3-pointers on every occasion and rack up a score. It's the kind of thing you have the luxury to do when you can really back your defense and your exit. You're not making it as much of a risk to bring the ball back into your own half. They're well drilled. They're well drilled in everything. They're everything Canada aren't.
Yeah, precisely. They do the basics very, very well. And not just 1 to 23, it's 1 to like 41. That they're all very, very proficient on that.
That said, do you see them? I think mostly, for the most part, this side is going to be about for Gatland finalising his squad and everything else, and obviously getting the boys back up to speed after a month of flogging and cryogenics and cryotherapy and whatever it is up in the Swiss Alps. Whatever
crowd.
Yeah, they've been worked to buggery for the last month, and now it's time to play a bit of rugby again.
Yeah.
But so there's fine tuning and all of that to get back to speed on, but mostly this is about squad selection. But it's still a trip to Twickenham.
Yeah.
Do you see them gunning for this? Do you see them winning it? Do you see them shipping a score? What are England going to bring?
England are a more interesting one. I don't know if England are going to go all guns blazing, picking Farrell and a few other heads in the background to try and put a score on, or are they going to give forward looking at? They're going to give little
Marcus
Smith a go at some point.
Apparently, there's quite a bit of history I was reading about this fixture. That when they have these double headers as a World Cup warm up, they tend to stack their squad with their first team for the home fixture and experiment away from home. So if that trend continues with England, you would expect the full boys, your Billy Vunipolas, your Maro Itojes, your Owen Farrells, your who's who of world-class players.
But not Alex Good, who's the best player in Europe, but also not Danny Cipriani, who's the best player in the Premiership this year.
Brad Barrett either. There's plenty that are curiously missing. Chris Ashton. There's been some. The prep has been for the most part marred by strange selection calls from Eddie Jones, and then taking like Thorley out of the squad, and then he's back in the squad, and there's been weirdness afoot as far as the
Thorley.
English.
I don't think is getting on the plane by the sounds of it.
It doesn't look likely, and that's a mistake. But,
I know you're gunning for him to be on there as a bolter. Would you like to see him play this week? Yeah, get him in there against those. Well, yeah, I know.
I see him play all the time.
11 jersey on him. Or 14. Is he 14 normally?
Well, no, he's normally 11, but nobody's touching Johnny May's 11 jersey.
I suppose that's true. But yeah, that would be two dangerous wingers. I do expect England to probably win it. Although it may go the same way it's been going the last few years. England will be 12-6 up till the very end, and then they'll leak a try and lose.
As they consistently do, They always fool themselves at some point in the second half into thinking they're comfortable. Like they do enjoy some dominance in the first half, and they're like, yeah, we are going to beat Wales. That's good. Well done, boys. We're beating Wales. They've gone and scored. And that's a constantly happening thing. The thing about Wales is that you just make you fight for every point. So,
and they nick a try when it's going. If there's a try going, they'll grab it with both hands, which is great. They match up really well. I expect they're going to knock lumps out of each other. It could be a very, very dangerous fixture for both of them in terms of
injuries.
Key men go down. If you have the first 10 minutes and Farrell's on his knees, that's not a good picture.
Would you stick with? I know Manu Tuilagi's form was great in the Six Nations and then was absent for Leicester, and there was talk that he wasn't even going to make the squad apparently, that I was reading about. That's pretty out there. I was reading that from Stephen Jones, so take it with a grain of salt.
Pinch of salt on
that, would you stick with the Slade Tuilagi partnership? That was the one thing that shored up their leaking 12 channel defensively.
The Delindy gate where every 12 crash ball. It wasn't even Delindy did it, but then the week after
the Italians did it as well.
No, Japan's 12 did it as well. It was
it was all season in 2018,
and that was Ford Farrell, wasn't it?
Yes,
that's what they were doing. Yes, the Ford Farrell axis.
Could be the Farrell good axis in a just world,
in a Sarri's world.
Yes.
I don't know. I expect that pairing will make an appearance again, possibly this week. I think that is their best centre pairing.
I think Jonathan Joseph, at his best, has been up there, and maybe they'll throw him in at 13 just to see what he can do, if he can still do it.
I think Slade's better than him.
No, I agree.
Truth be told, has a better boot for one thing, but also is a good reader of the game. Surprisingly physical. I would sooner see Lazowski in there than but
Lazowski's not in the
squad either. But then I'm pining for Sarries in here. But I think that is their best, most English looking 12, 13. It gives Farrell a proper 10 role, and it gives him a useful man outside to hit up, a la Delindy, just have Tuilagi smash up. And with Slade, then you have another very, very capable distributor who's also he's capable of cutting a line.
A very good offensive kicker from football as well.
Yeah, and a left peg as well. So it's Ford's right, or Farrell's right, and Slade's left. I love the balance of their back line with Slade there.
Yeah.
So actually, I would
much more balance with Slade there. That's true. I just don't think they have any depth at 12. The other 12s in the squad are Pierce Francis from Northampton and Ben Teo.
Good God.
Yeah. And Tuilagi's not in form, so they're going to try and play him into form, I think. But that's one area where it could be concerning for them.
Yeah. And it's them shooting themselves in the foot, because you could always pick up the phone and call Brad Barrett, and
he's waiting while
you get, he'll do a job.
Yeah.
But or Tompkins is also class.
Yeah, or Lazowski.
It's probably a year too early for Tompkins, but I'm just going Lazowski, what are you doing? Why is Ben Teo there?
Yeah, well, that's the curiosity.
Why is he there? I just don't understand. Never have I understood. We're Leinster fans who were exposed to Ben Teo from the very start of his Union career, and to my mind, he's always been meh. Just a meh 12 who belongs in a club somewhere, hitting up back walls.
I'm gone.
Spluttering at the pot.
I'm so hurt by your words on poor Ben Teo.
Yeah, is that right? I'm taking it personally.
No, I just thought the other thing is that it's going to be fun to see Billy Vanapola and Maro Itoje in action, because those are really
it's just
players.
Fun to watch them play the game.
100%. And there's definitely going to be things to be learned and egos to be bruised by who comes out on top of the equations.
In terms of England will definitely have a bone to pick based on what happened in the Six Nations, and how their Six Nations ended from where it once was, and the dizzy heights that they were on after week 1.
The definite Grand Slam that was coming.
I know
for them.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate that Wales just beat them out the gate. Which is exactly what they did. Are they going to persist with the attacking kicks to Johnny May? Probably somewhat, but are they going to kick away as much possession as they did against this Welsh team? I'm not entirely sure. It'll be interesting to see how they approach this.
And a necessary hit out for much of that forward pack, I would say. England with their full team at home in Twickenham. Is that who you're backing to win?
Yeah, I think they're probably going to get the result. I think Wales will be combative. That would be competitive.
Aren't Wales on a mad long test victory streak
over England?
No,
in general. Oh, they might be actually. Yeah.
Looking to match what was done prior by England and the All Blacks, I thought. So I mean, as much as we could say England might get the better of this one, it's been a long time since Wales lost
a game. It's true. Yeah, and they can play in many ways, in many places.
They can find wins from anywhere.
They can get the Twickenham jitters sometimes, though. They're guilty of that sometimes, same as other teams. I'm backing that thought that England will just want it a bit more, perhaps, than Wales, and I think Wales will be probably treating it with a bit more of a ponderous nature, trying to implement certain combinations
and finalise their squad.
Yeah, this is it, because they have such a thing to pick from that they really don't know certain aspects. There are jerseys up for grabs in the Wales camp for 100%. Sure. Whereas it feels more in England that Eddie Jones kind of has his plan in mind. He's picked everyone already, and it's all a bit of a...
No amount of evidence will convince him not to do what he's done.
Exactly. Well, it seems bonkers that Alex Good and Cipriani...
It feels like he made the plan 2 years ago and he's sticking with it.
Yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, that's what I predict for that one, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe like 5 points. It could be a good game.
I think it'll definitely be a good game.
I'm wondering who's going to go down. There's definitely going to be at least one World Cup ending injury in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know who it's going to be. I hope it's not Farrell.
Rob Evans.
You're saying Rob. You're saying Rob Evans.
I'm going to make a prediction.
Going to go out and say Rob Evans.
Yeah.
Your World Cup's over.
Kyle Sinclair is going to stamp on his head.
Yeah. And that'll be how Wales win the game. England were winning until Kyle Sinclair stamped on his head, got red carded, and game over. Okay. I can see Rob.
I hope it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen either. Touch wood.
Yeah.
But no, I do predict that at least one person from the team is going to go down.
Yeah,
because that's just the nature of these guys. And I think Ireland are going to be in for it as well, because we're playing as well. I just think it's nuts that we're all playing each other, knocking lumps out of each other this side of the World Cup.
Yeah,
seems
especially
crazy
for Wales, because it's such inadequate prep for what Australia and Fiji will bring.
Exactly. Yeah,
but I digress.
Anyway, yeah, but yeah, no, looking forward to it. Anyway, the World Cup warm up's starting. You know, it's definitely getting to World Cup time.
Definitely getting there.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's only a couple of months away.
Less than next month.
That's exciting thought. Yeah. So yeah, this is the first step towards it, and exciting times. Thank you very much for watching that video. If you're new here, please like and subscribe down below, and leave a comment as well, because we enjoy the chat and conversation.